Hey, welcome to Patchworks Brewing. Today, I'm going to show you how to bottle up beers using a pressure counter bottle filler. Okay, the first thing we're going to do, all this is sanitized. I use a silicone hose so I can boil it, and I run Star San through everything. Before I even boil it or do anything to sanitize, I make sure everything is as clean as possible. Like the bottles here, I don't know if you can look inside of there. But anyways, the bottles, I soak them in a brewery cleaner, like powdered brewery wash, hot water. Then I'll take a brush and clean them out really good. Make sure we're good to go. Everything's super clean. Like I said, I boil all the parts that I can, like these fittings here. Uh, I also take the gun or the wand, sorry, and I'll take these apart and I'll boil all these fittings. I'll soak this whole wand in PBW and I'll rinse it out really good and run Star San through everything. So the first thing we're going to do, I'm going to spray these with some Star San. I'm going to go ahead and hook up the ball lock to the faucet down here. I have a faucet and inner tap, so you can swap the end of it and change the faucet end to a ball lock. So I'm coming off of the beer faucet to my beer side of the gun. Let me get a better picture here. So I'm coming off this faucet here to the beer side of the gun with the ball lock fitting here. I have a regulator that I built or made up. It just basically comes off of my CO2 tank, which is a 30 psi, and I can adjust this regulator the pressure I want. I'm going to keep it about 12 pounds, which is about the same as our keg pressure. And yeah, we'll start filling bottles. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do, I got everything sanitized on the wand here, so I'm going to purge it, the CO2, or excuse me, the beer through the beer line and get all the sanitizer out. Okay, we got all that purged out. Go ahead and sanitize it again. Set it back in my bucket of sanitizer here. Let's get our first bottle. Excuse me, let me grab these ones. Put that to the side. So this bottle's been sanitized. It's ready to go. I got my CO2 hooked up, beer lines purged. So I want to put this wand in here. I want to switch it. See if I can get a better angle here for you. Okay, what I want to do is I want to switch it to CO2. That's going to pressurize this bottle. I want to bleed out the CO2, or excuse me, let me rephrase that. I want to bleed the oxygen out of the bottle. So I'm pushing CO2 to the bottom of the bottle, and it's bleeding out the top. There's a little tiny tube in here on the top that prevents, or excuse me, allows the CO2 to escape from the CO2 coming to the bottom of this wand. So let's close it off. We're going to keep pressure on this bottle. Then I want to turn this off, turn CO2 off. I'm going to turn it to beer, and it's slowly going to start filling the bottle. Let me just barely crack this. Going to take a minute here. I think I had a little more CO2 in the pressure in the bottle than I had on the beer line, so the CO2 pushed back. That's okay. So as you see the bottle, it's slowly filling up. It's a slow process. The slower the better. If you get a lot of foam, what you can do is shut your CO2 off and leave the beer line pressurized, and it'll help compress the foam on the CO2 and just equalize that beer pressure or the bottle pressure. Get my cap ready over here. The beauty about this method of filling is you're going to keep a lot of the carbonation in the beer. So if you open this up and fill it off of the, just off the tap, you're going to lose some carbonation. So I'm going to shut my CO2 off. My beer line is still on. Shut this off because I got my beer level about where I want. So I'm going to let it sit for about probably 3 to 10 seconds. Once it sits, I'm going to open this relief one more time just to get any pressure in the bottle out, because if I don't do that and I pull it off, I could have it flow over. So we're good there. Get my cap ready. Here's my cap, sanitized, ready to go. Pull my wand off, set it to the side in the sanitizer, put the cap in, and cap it. And that is a perfectly filled bottle of beer. So once it levels out, I don't know, you can see it's kind of still a little active in there, but once it levels out, the beer line will probably be about right here. That's pretty much how you fill a beer bottle using a pressure counter bottle filler. So we're going to do another angle here. So again, sanitized, clean bottle, ready to go. Set it in my container here. I'll take my bottling wand, set it inside the bottle. And I'm going to switch the wand. This is my CO2 side. CO2, this is open right now. Well, let me open that. There's a little bit of beer that was in there from the last bottle fill. We're going to push that out. So what we're doing is we're pushing CO2 to the bottom of this bottle, and it's filling the bottle up and venting out the top. So I'm going to go ahead and close this. We're going to let it sit for a minute just to get pressure in the bottle. And we'll go ahead and switch our valve so it's not doing either CO2 or beer. Then we're going to switch it to beer. We're just going to crack this valve. And that's going to start filling this beer bottle up. And if you get a really foamy beer again, go really slow. You can close this valve all the way off if it gets too foamy, and slowly open this valve. See, we're getting close to the top here. I'm going to close off the CO2 so it quits filling the bottles fast. Once I get it to where I want, I'm going to shut this gun off, or this wand off, so it's not pushing either CO2 or beer. I'm going to let it sit for a minute. This is a good point too. So if let's say your fill's not quite where you want, you can leave this off, open your beer side again, and just barely crack it until we get exactly a perfect fill. But I'm quite happy with that. So I'm going to go ahead and open this, vent, bleed off the pressure inside the bottle. Then I'm going to grab a cap, pull my wand off, got my sanitized cap, get it on the beer bottle, move it over to my bottle capper, cap it. And that is a perfectly filled, oxygen-free bottle of beer. Thanks for watching my video. Hopefully I was able to help somebody figure out how to use the counter pressure bottling wand. If you want, give me a follow on Instagram at Patchworks Brewing. I'll keep try to keep putting out videos. It's been a long time since I've done it. This one's probably shot terribly. I don't know how to use cameras or the software, but hey, whatever. I'll get there, right? So cheers. Hope you all enjoyed the video. Hopefully it provided something important to you. If you got anything, please leave a comment below. If you like, dislike, whatever you want to do. Drop your Instagram handle. If you're a home brewer, I will follow you back. If not, feel free to follow me at patchworksbrewing.com. Thank you.